about passing for white. This really has to do with the features, and during the Jim Crow in the South, it was made prevalent. We must first distinguish racial traits from cultural traits, since they also often are confused with each other. As defined in physical anthropology and biology, races are categories of a human being based on the average difference in physical traits that are transmitted by genes, not by blood. Culture is a shared pattern of behavior and beliefs that are learned and transmitted through social communication. An ethnic group is a group with a sense of cultural identity, such as Jewish Americans, but it may also be a racially distinctive group as well. Although racially mixed, most blacks in the United States are physically distinguishable from whites, but they are an ethnic group because of a distinctive culture they have developed within the great American framework. This is a personal part right here. My father was from Dover, Delaware. My mother was born in Key West, Florida. My mother's people were in Virginia. I was raised mostly on Long Island, New York. I grew up close to the Shinnecock Indian Reservation, and my father would take me out there a lot. I never knew why. He was a former buffalo soldier, and he was very quiet. He farmed and taught me how to shoot and all about being outdoors. I went to school with Indians. We didn't say black Indians or anything, we just said Indians. There was a removal of Indians in the U.S. by the government, and they had to run. This would be my great-great-grand people. My family wasn't a part of that. Those that stayed in Delaware and New Jersey denied they were Indian, and if they could pass for white or black, they did. To be Indian was to be lower than being black. You could not own land or anything. My father's people were told to keep their mouth closed, and they did. The secret was closely guarded and still is in places like Town, New Jersey, where I have kin who won't even tell you their name because they're still afraid. They cut their hair years ago and their language was curtailed. They had almost lost their identity for fear of the white man and the government putting them on reservations. The chief of the Nanticos, who is my cousin Mark Gould, says that to deny our heritage and not let it become an issue was the only way to survive. Seared in the minds of some who are alive today is the removal in about 1924 of our people and seeing them stripped off their land and herded into rail cars in Salem, New Jersey by the government agents and shipped off to reservations in Oklahoma. If no one knew you were Nanaco or Lenape, then you would not be rounded up and carted off. If someone thought you were black or Hispanic, as we're all mixed with all of this, they just went along with it. My people are mixed, as are you all. But I just wanted to share my unique heritage. We are also part European and Dutch because they came over without women, and the Nanticos were right there on the water. I have some paperwork that I want to share with you. This is from a great cousin. This is Ephraim Pierce. I just want to show you this real quick. He was, okay. My father's uncle name was Harvey Pierce. I was looking for my family and I found his World War II draft registration card. And he described himself, he's down as a white man with a ruddy complexion. I have his picture and you can see he's an Indian, he's a black Indian. But he passed. So his father, his grandfather also was in the white regiment of the Civil War because he passed as white. I was just saying this because that's some of the stuff that went on. He was in the 48th New York Infantry in a white regiment. They said he was so light in color that he could pass. The colored army hadn't started yet. They hadn't started recruiting. This right here, I just want to read this. This is about America's oldest Negro